Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I am Star. Today I'm here with a vision. In this vision, I saw a woman speaking with her spouse about a guy. So this is I would assume that this is the spouse's friend or something like that. And she's basically saying that this other man would not allow her to get any water, and her spouse is kind of has a nonchalant, I really don't care attitude about it. The scripture comes from Nehemiah 12:31. I had the princes of Judah mount the wall, and I arranged two great choirs. The first of these proceeded to the right along the top of the wall, in the direction of Dung Gate, followed by Hoshea and half the princes of Judah, along with Azariah, Ezra, Meshullam, Judah, Benjamin, Shemaiah, and Jeremiah, priests with the trumpets, and also Zechariah, son of Jonathan, son of Shemaiah, son of Mattaniah, son of Micah, son of Zakur, son of Asaph, and his brothers, Shemaiah, Azarel, Melili, Gilalai, Mai, Nathaniel, Judah, and Hannah, with the musical instruments of David, the man of God. At the spring gate, they went straight up by the steps of the city of David and continued along the top of the wall above the house of David until they came to the water gate on the east. Okay, so here's the message. God is reminding me of it's something I watched that was a video about traditional marriage in, I think it's the Middle East. And the joke was the woman saying that after her wedding, after her marriage to her husband, she just followed him around the house. And at first I was confused because I was like, wait, what? And then when I looked in the comments, I realized it would, why? Okay. And then I understood. Okay. It was because of their traditions, typically the wife moves in with the husband. And if the husband is still living with his parents, if the husband decides that he wants to live in a family home, that means that she is living with her mother-in-law, her father-in-law, any siblings that he has. And it's basically like a lot of women were saying, yes, it's so awkward. And, you know, it's awkward because they are basically like the only person they know is their husband. And you never know how everybody else is going to treat you. If the parents decide that they don't really like you, okay, and some moms will never, no woman will ever be good enough for their precious baby boy, okay, because he's just so amazing. And it's nobody that could ever get close to be good enough for their baby boy. So they got to try to put forth all effort they can to use everybody in the house to make her life stressful and just purely a living hell, just to be real, let's just say it. And it's kind of like, it will put her in a position to where not only is she already uncomfortable because she's in an unfamiliar house, she's uncomfortable because she only knows her husband. She doesn't know anybody else in the house. And then on top of that, they are actively trying to make her feel as uncomfortable as possible and trying to make her life as uncomfortable as possible. And this is, I feel like this is a warning for somebody, because you have to be sure before you get married that the person that you marry is the person for you. Okay, and that's just being real, because this is a situation like, if your husband truly loves you the way that he's supposed to, if he truly cares about you the way he's supposed to, it would be kind of like in the scripture here, and how God is talking about the dedication of the city wall. And, you know, building a city wall, there should be a boundary wall. There should be a boundary wall. And if your husband is not going to stand up to, regardless if it is a friend, a brother, a sister, you know, whoever, and say, look, okay, this is my wife. This is who I chose. This is the person I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. And you are not going to treat them like this. You're not going to talk about them like this. You're not going to say these things about them. Okay, I'm being reminded, I forgot the name of the movie. I forgot the name of that movie. But I do remember, it has Cedric the Entertainer, Solange, Bow Wow. I forgot the name of the movie. But it's when they went on a trip to see his family. And his wife was like, I don't want to go. Your mother has hated me and hated me. She has hated me all these years. You never say anything to her about how she feels about me and ... And he's just basically pushing her off like, oh, you'll be okay. Oh, it's okay. And you know, don't talk about it. You know, my mama like you. But at the same time, when she puts on an outfit and he tells her, you know, you need to go and change, because, you know, my mama don't like pink. And it's just kind of like, hold on now, okay? Yo, like, well, they were living in I think in a completely different state from his mama. So it's kind of like, look, your mama is not going to control my closet, sir, okay? But they get there, and I forget exactly what happened, but he stood up for her. And once he stood up for her, his mother was so proud of him. His mother was like, oh, I'm so proud of you for standing up for her. Because it's a difference between, you know, if a man don't even care to stand up for you, it's like the mother could literally just see it as like, he really don't like her anyway. He really can't possibly care for her anyway. He really can't possibly be concerned with her anyway. And it's not to say, like, you know, and it's not to always say that the mother's standpoint is wrong. It's not always to say that when your family is trying to tell you they don't like somebody and they think that you should find somebody else, that is coming from a negative place, or it's coming from a nasty place, or it's coming from a place of malice. However, you know, regardless to what's going on, like, let's just be real. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Regardless to if my dude's like the son's wife or not, she should not be talking down on a girl and mistreating the girl and making her life miserable just because she don't like her. You know, like, that's not real. And it's especially if the child has the mindset that they are going to do what they want to do and they are going to go after and be with who they want to go after and be with. It don't make no sense for the mother to feel like she has to be, a bully, a mean girl. Like, for what? And I just feel like that's what was going on in this dream, was that the groom's family was mistreating his bride and he was not standing up for her. He was not putting forth effort to build a wall of protection. And that could be something so simple as him preparing a home for his wife before they get married so that she doesn't have to deal with that. Especially if he knows his mama don't like nobody. Now, if he know his mama don't like nobody, if he know his mama is the type to smile in a girl's face and then call her all kind of nasty words behind her back, if he know his mama is the type to be very malicious, very manipulative, and that his mama likes to do little evil stuff behind the woman's back, then why in the world would he think that, you know what, I want to spend the rest of my life with this woman, I'm going to go ahead and move her in with my mama? Why would you do that? Like, why? And, you know, because of the matriarchal, you know, like, position, moms and dads have a lot of power, okay? And they could easily convince other siblings, if it's a friend, if it's like whatever family members is going on, to go against this spouse. And, you know, it could really be very miserable. And I, like, as somebody that has experienced this, it can make or break the marriage. Seriously. Like, period. I don't want to be married to nobody who family is acting funny towards me. I don't want to be married to nobody who family is mugging me. I don't want to be married to nobody who family is trying to come up with all these schemes and tricks and what can we do to make her like this and what can we do to do this and what can we do to do that. Nah, y'all got it. Bye. Okay, I don't have time. No, I'm not finna play with y'all. I'm not like tricks are for kids. Okay, I'm not finna play no games. I don't have time. I don't have time. I just don't have time. There are other things that I could do. Okay. And I just feel like God is saying, if this man is not putting forth any effort to make you feel comfortable, if this man is not putting forth any effort to acknowledge the fact of how his family is treating you, if this man is not putting forth any effort to check somebody, especially if it's a friend or a homeboy and they are blatantly disrespecting you, they don't care about you. If you are telling them, yo, they did this and they did that and they did this, and instead of them going to them and having a man-to-man conversation, they like don't check it at all or they act like it didn't happen, how can they possibly simultaneously say they care about you if they would prefer to stir the pot? Okay, it's like, you know, be messy and go to this person and say, you know, she said this about you, and you know, like she also did like, and it's kind of like how do I say it, like you come to them and ask them to defend you, and instead of them defending you, they go to that person, tell them how you feel and what you say, maybe add a little extra, sprinkle a little extra on there, and then leave as if that person and y'all are supposed to fight or y'all supposed to argue about it or something like that. That person is not for you. They are not for you. They are against you. They chose war. And they didn't choose to go war and stand with you as their teammate the way it should be. They are standing with whoever that person is against you. And that's the message. I just feel like God is saying that when you get married, it is supposed to be like a beautiful melody. Your first year of marriage should be bliss, happiness, and joy. And if your first year of marriage is filled with stress and anxiety, like, come on now. God would not ordain you or call you to be married to somebody that is going to make your life miserable. God is not going to call for you to be married to somebody that makes you feel like you wish you was by yourself. And then you go, you know, like this should be the dream moment of you going to live with him. It should be y'all are finally living together. Y'all should be in complete bliss. But if he has family members and friends and all these people standing in the way of your marriage, it's like a wall between you and him. Instead of it being a wall protecting you and him, okay, like, you know how a house, you know, we have walls to protect us from the outside climates. It would be like you're outside the house and the wall is around him and his family because he feel like he's still there. But God says a man leaves his father and mother's house when he finds a wife. And that's what God says. But this is a man, for somebody, this is a man that does not want to let that go. This is a man that still wants to stay in a child's place. This is a man that is still trying to be a teenager or a kid, and they got to be popular with all their friends, and they come so concerned with how everybody feel about them. Well, let them do that then. Because it's not worth it for your life to be stressful and it's kind of like you would have this stressful life for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life, you walking on eggshells. For the rest of your life, you trying to make sure that everybody is not mad at you. I saw women saying that the entire family would eat and they wouldn't even invite her to eat and make her feel welcome. The entire family will be having these different little things going on and they wouldn't even. And why? Like, it's just, that is not fair. And it's not right. If a man is treating you like that, that is not the man for you. 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 And I'm not even saying that it's a situation where you should feel as though you have to hang out with his family first before y'all get married. But in reality, a man should leave his father and mother's house and go to be with his wife. Okay, that's what's supposed to happen. But this is a man that want to stay with. They want to stay at a child. They want to stay in that position. That's fine. It's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to do that, then that means that you don't need to be married. Because when you get married, you leave your father and your mother's house. You're not supposed to cling to it. That's the message. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.